Electricity plays a vital role in the functioning of the brain and the body. The brain uses electrical impulses to communicate between neurons, which allow thought, movement, and sensation. The heart also uses electrical impulses to coordinate muscle contractions and pump blood throughout the body. Additionally, nerve impulses throughout the body rely on electrical signals for communication between the brain and different muscles and organs. The electrical activity in the brain can be measured using techniques such as electroencephalography, EEG, which records the electrical activity on the surface of the scalp, and magnetoencephalography, MEG, which records the magnetic fields produced by electrical activity in the brain. Abnormalities in electrical activity in the brain can lead to conditions such as seizures and migraines, while abnormalities in the electrical activity of the heart can lead to conditions such as arrhythmias and heart attacks. Overall, electrical plays a crucial role in proper functioning of the brain and body, and a deeper understanding of it can lead to the development of new treatments and therapies for a wide range of neurological and physiological healing. Overall, electricity plays a major role. The heart resonance field refers to the electromagnetic field that is generated by the beating of the heart. The field can be measured using techniques such as electrocardiography, ECG, and the magnetocardiography. The heart resonance field is a complex and dynamic field with the electrical magnetic components oscillating at different frequencies. The electrical component is responsible for the contraction of the heart muscles, while the magnetic component is responsible for the communication between the heart and the rest of the body. Research has shown that the heart resonance field can affect the functioning of other organs and systems in the body, such as the nervous and the immune systems. Studies also have suggested that the heart resonance field may play a role in the regulation of our emotions and overall well-being. Some therapies, such as HeartMath, utilize the resonance field to promote stress reduction, emotional regulation, and overall well-being. HeartMath is a method that utilizes the heart electromagnetic field, also known as the heart resonance field, to promote stress reduction and emotional regulation. It's based on the idea that the heart generates a unique electromagnetic field that can be measured, and that field is closely linked to our emotions and our mental states. The method uses techniques such as heart rate variability, HRV biofeedback, which involves measuring and providing feedback on the variability of the time interval between your heartbeats. The variability is thought to be an indicator of the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls the body's stress response. HeartMath also includes techniques such as deep breathing, visualization, positive affirmations that help individuals shift into a state of coherence, which is characterized by increased HRV and a more harmonious balance between our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Research has shown that the HeartMath techniques can lead to improvements in stress, anxiety, and depression, as well as improved cardiovascular health and immune function. Energy is all around us, and it is constantly in motion. It can take many forms, such as heat, light, and sound, and it can be transferred from one object to another through a variety of means. One way which energy can be transferred through human interaction. This can happen through physical touch, such as a hug or a handshake, through more subtle means, such as a gaze or even a smile. When we come in contact with another person, we are essentially exchanging energy. This can be a positive or negative energy, depending on the nature of the interaction. Positive energy can make us feel happy, energized, and uplifted, and negative energy can make us feel drained, tired, and stressed. One way to transfer energy to others is through the practice of energy healings. This can include such things as Reiki, which involves the transfer of energy through the hands, or acupuncture, which involves the insertion of needles on specific points of the body to balance the flow of the energy. Another way to transfer positive energy is through simple acts of kindness and compassion. A small gesture such as a compliment or smile can have a big impact on another person's energy and can help to uplift their mood and their overall well-being. In conclusion, energy is all around us and is in constant motion. Human interaction is one way in which energy is transferred, and the effects of transfer can be positive or negative depending on the nature of the interaction. You can make positive impact on the energy of people around you by spreading positive energy through acts of kindness and compassion. The idea of the spiritual brain suggests that there are specific neural networks and processes within the brain that are involved in spiritual experiences and practices. One example of this experience is meditation. Studies have shown that meditation can activate the default mode network of the brain, which is associated with self-reflection and introspection. Additionally, meditation has been found to increase activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in attention and decision making. Other spiritual practices such as prayer or chanting have been found to activate different areas of the brain as well. For example, prayer has been shown to activate the anterior cingulate cortex, which is involved in emotional regulation and conflict monitoring. Chanting has been found to increase activity in the limbic system, which is associated with emotion and memory. These findings suggest that the spiritual experiences and practices may involve the activation of specific neural networks and processes within our brain. Researchers at Yale and Spirituality Mind-Body Institute of Columbia University interviewed 27 young adults to gather information about past stressful and relaxing experiences as well as their spiritual experiences. The subjects then underwent fMRI scans while listening for the first time to recordings based on their personal experiences. While individual spiritual experiences differed, researchers noted similar patterns of activity in the parental cortex as the subjects imagined experiencing the events in the recordings. Spiritual experiences often involve losing touch with space and time and having an expanded sense of self, the researchers explained. Decreased activity in the parental lobe may suggest that during these spiritual experiences, the participants momentarily lose a sense of self and combine with something greater. Taken together, the researchers concluded the present findings suggest that spiritual experiences may involve the perceived encounter with a spacious presence or entity external to oneself. Neuroscientists such as Andrew Newberg, author of the book Principles of Neurotheology, have proven that the brain of Buddhist monks undergo less natural aging. These monks have been practicing meditation for years. They also developed a higher level of memory and retention and even greater resistance to the feeling of pain. There are many structures within the brain that, when stimulated, can generate mystical experiences in the mind. During spiritual experiences, the brain also involves some alterations of the temporal lobe, the hippocampus, and the amygdala. Sometimes it's enough to electrically stimulate these areas to have visions and to experience certain sensations.